In this episode, Cruiser Belfast, the keeper of the Royal Navy's grandeur.
Hi guys, welcome to Zera channel. This is your host. I have something very interesting to give you my opinion of the new oncoming Belfast, the premium ship. You will be able to buy her in just a couple days from now, and I thinking why not give your opinion and every stats before jingle, before all the big YouTubers which have an A. I mean, they cannot talk about the ship, but I do. Now, the most important is let's us go through the stats and compare her with other premium ships and other cruiser, if it's anything, if it's worth for you to buy. And I'll give you my personal opinion if she's any good or not. Now, there's a couple things that I would like to mention, and that is if you want to purchase her, and if you never played any cruiser, be careful, because a light cruiser, and I'm talking about her armor or any cruiser in the game, it's easy to being killed if you don't usually play the cruiser. But don't we're not talking about the layout right now. We are just comparing her stats versus other tier 7 cruisers, and what's her strength, and if she's any good cruiser. Alright, let's start with the actually with the guns. 7.5 seconds reload, and let's go and see more stats. Alright, I personally think the 7.5 second, it's really damn good. It's the same reload time as Cleveland and Shorts. Shorts is the closest comparison, but and then 100 degree turn time, 25.7. It's okay. Dispersion 139. That's all right. But you see, folks, that's very important. This cruiser, my folks, this cruiser Belfast, she's the only rail cruiser in this line which will have HE. Yes, this cruiser, folks, will have HE, and HE will do 2100 and AP will do 3100. Now the firing range 15.4. It's not something any bad or any good. It's on the low side, but not the worst. I think Pensacola doesn't have that much longer, but there's few things that it's still 15.4 range. It's still okay. Now let's talk about this AP shells velocity. I'm talking about the speed 941, because this is important. If you compare this one, how she gonna look like if you compare with the other Russian or as Miyoko or any other cruiser. So we will compare her 841 meter per second versus Miyoko's. Alright, and Miyoko has 840 meter per second, 840. And let's see the US Cleveland. Well, here's the difference: 762 versus 812 AP. But I think the closest is actually the Japanese Miyoko, yes. And she had 840. Now let's go back to the UK and Belfast. So folks, 840, it's the same speed, I'm talking about the meter per second, as a Japanese cruiser like a Myoko. Now, secondary. Her secondary is not bad. I'm talking about for 102. In real life, she had pretty awesome secondary AA. Yeah. Not bad. But don't consider you as any strong. Remember, what's so special about this is the first cruiser in the game which doesn't have any AA defense, which means that if a tier 8 or tier 9 carrier will come for you, well, you don't have any real defense. But for tier 6 and tier 5 carrier, I think you'll be, you know, more than enough. You still have a bunch of others, you know, AA 55. Yeah, here we have those guns, and we have 4 102 millimeters guns. Maximum speed 32.5 knots. It's the same speed as you know, all the other Russia cruiser like you know, Indianapolis or Pensacola and Shorts. All of them have more or less 32.5. The only little bit faster ship, it's actually the Japanese one, like Myoko, which has almost 35 knots. But alright, turn circle radius 680. That's pretty good. It's one of the best cruiser tier. 680, it's fantastic. The reason I will compare her with other tier 7, I think let's go to see the Indianapolis. So 680, 9.6. I'm talking about the rudder shift, and let's go to the American. Okay, where are you, Indianapolis? There you are. So Indianapolis has 620 and 9.1 second. So almost, as you see, at the same speed. But here, detection range by sea 13.4 and by air 8.1. This is stuck. Alright. But once again, turning radius 620 and 9.1. And this is not bad. This is one of the best, because the Russian have very bad turning. So let's go back. UK. So 680, it's slightly a little bit low, but and slightly worse than Indianapolis. I'm talking about the rudder shift. But now, folks, we have a winner here. It's upon I'm talking about the concealment. The detection range by sea, we are the best of the best, 11.0. Now, if you have the captain's perk, I'm talking about the concealment expert with 15 captain perk, you will get her down to, I think, 9.6 minus, yeah, 9.68, something like that. 9.68, folks. It's almost destroyer level of concealment, and I think personally this is really good. You are the stealthiest ship in the game, tier 14. Why? Because at tier 7 you do not have the module. I'm talking about the consumable and upgrades. You don't. You cannot have lower. The only thing who can help you with the concealment, it's the camo and the captain perk, the concealment expert, which you'll be down to 9.68, which is fantastic. Now, folks, we don't have the upgrades and consumable, but I will just tell you very short. This cruiser will have smoke, will have not torpedo, unfortunately. You see, no torpedo, but it will also have radar in different spots. So you can pop the smoke and you still have the radar. which means, folks, that with this 12 guns and this 7.5 rate of fire, and with this the concealment at 9.68, you will be the best destroyer killer in the game. Your primary food, you are the one who's taking down the destroyer. There's no tomorrow. Okay, and why is that? Because you will be able to have around same radar as the American, like Indianapolis, more or less like that, and you still have smoke, and that is incredible. You have both of them, and you have HE. Remember, you're the only cruiser in the line with HE. All other Royal Navy cruiser will only have AP. Okay, of course they will have smoke as well, but no HE. Now, I personally think that it's great ship. If you want to train your captain, and this is the reason number one why you want to purchase her, it's because you want to train the captain. If you want to grind the line, of course. Because, to be honest with you, let me put it this way, you have the same firepower as a short, but short is not playable because that thing it has turning radius worse than Fuso battleship. It's so bad. And concealment, it's bad on that ship. I'm talking about short. And to be honest with you, I think at tier 7 she will be very unique cruiser. Yes, folks, this cruiser beside Flint, it will be the first cruiser with that you can purchase that have smoke and radar. Now you have to be still kind of careful. You're only a support, you're not a frontliner. You don't have the armor. It's not that great. Let's go for the armor. You know, this is the Citadel, the yellow. It's kind of high in the water right here, you know. So be careful. This is the thickness, not a whole lot. You see 90 millimeters, and over here, but I think here's where the Citadel is under the smokes. But remember, you are a support ship, and your main job is to take down all the destroyer, and you still have firepower and rate of fire. You have the concealment. Once you know the. But here's the deal. This is how you play her. You put your 15 points captain with 9.65 view range detecting by sea, and if you are detected, you have radar, so you can spot those DDs and you kill those DDs. This is actually how I play actually Chapayev, and this is Chapayev, my folks. I do the same thing. I'm a support. It's easy to you know, kill, and you know, if I face a battleship, even if I'm angled, I'm still gonna struggle to survive. But here's the deal, folks. This is the similar how you know, what's your main job. Of course, I have to put a lot of HE to the battleship, but here's the deal. My concealment, it's 10.2 kilometers, all right? And my radar is 11.7, which means when I'm detecting at 10.2, I can use my radar and I will spot the enemy. It's actually the same thing that you have to do with your Royal cruisers, Royal Navy cruisers. If you have the concealment expert, you should also have the smoke and the radar. The radar, it will be around the same period of time as the Indianapolis at tier 7. And folks, the only two ships in the game with radar, it will be Indianapolis and Belfast, but Belfast is going to be even better to killing the destroyer just because of the rate of fire. You have 12 guns. Indianapolis doesn't have any 12 guns. I think they only have like what, 9? And the reload time of that ship, it's not amazing. But you have the reload, and you have the stealth, and you have radar, and you have smoke. So to be honest with you folks, besides there's just 2 things that it's kind of if you face a tier 8 and tier 9 aircraft carrier, if they target you and they want you dead, you don't have that much defense. Even though you're a cruiser, your 55 AA, it's not bad, but let's face it, it's not great either. And you don't have the AA defense, but you instead of AA defense, you have ability to have a fighter, or I'm talking about the spotter airplane, the smoke, and radar. But you cannot have both. You cannot have smoke and a spotter airplane. You must choose between those 2. So if you're a good cruiser captain, I think this cruiser, she will be very unique. She'll be a stealthy, and even though that your light cruiser and battleship can easily shoot you down, you still have this there's 2 things you have compared with all other cruiser in the game. At tier 7 you have the best concealment, and you have you can pop the smoke and get the hell out of there. And this is how you supposed to play the ship, and you survive. All other stats, it's almost as the other tier 7 cruiser. Nothing special about the speed. You have pretty awesome good turning radius and rudder ship. It's okay, nothing amazing, but it's okay. But your strength, you're gonna be the only Royal Navy cruiser with HE, the only one with radar at tier 7. If I'm not mistaken, I think even her sister ship Fuji will get radar, but she only will have AP. So I think if you know how to play cruiser, yeah, purchase her. This is my opinion, and I'll personally do it because I think she'll be a lot of fun if you know how to play a cruiser. Now, there's last thing that I would like to say, that if you are not used to play a cruiser, be careful. Why I'm saying that? Because she has one of the strongest cruiser killer in the game, and that is Scharnhorst. I have to just say that Scharnhorst, the main primary, it's not to shoot down and kill other battleship. No. Scharnhorst is made to shoot and kill other cruiser, and even if they try to angle, Scharnhorst will do penetrate and will do lots of them, even not Citadel every shot. But remember, Scharnhorst has one of the fastest reload time of any battleship in the game, 20 seconds, and 9 guns. So I'm just saying that beware. There's a lot of Scharnhorsts up there which can make you as a cruiser captain not easy to play. But of course you can still have great concealment, and you can still try to angle and avoid. Don't ever because Scharnhorst will punish you hard. But that's all for my opinion, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, my very short review of the Belfast. Thanks for watching, and well, catch you in the next battlefield. Bye.